A splendid Tuesday afternoon to everyone. I am William Theo and this is PTV News Now. Topping our stories this afternoon at the hour, death and taxes, the only two things certain in this world according to American patriot, scientist, thinker and freedom fighter Benjamin Franklin. And with tax season upon us, the Bureau of Internal Revenue, or BIR, officially unveiled its 2025 tax campaign initiative dubbed Buwis na Tapat, Tagumpay Nating Lahat at the Philippine International Convention Center, or PICC, this afternoon, with President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. lending his presence at the event's guest of honor. This brand new campaign of the government's tax service and collection reminds us yet again of the crucial importance of taxes to the success of government's programs and projects aimed at national development. Among the agency's priorities include digitalization of critical services for customer convenience, mass tax awareness campaign to broaden taxpayer base, and intensified collection enforcement to curb taxpayer evasion. In other news, the recent bird flu pandemic outbreak in the United States and its potential to mutate has fueled worries and restlessness in the science community and infectious disease experts over human-to-human transmission and resulting in pandemic. Farmers likewise have expressed concern over a bird flu pandemic that threatens their livelihoods. VOA's Veronica Balderas Iglesias tells us more.
Feeding time.
George Terwilliger runs Pleasant Vale Farm in Delaplane, Virginia, west of Washington. He has modified his small-scale operation due to the H5N1 Avian influenza virus. The so-called bird flu has resulted in not only a high U.S. bird mortality since 2022, but also a sharp increase in the price of eggs nationwide.
We here on this farm have not expanded our chickens over the last year or two out of fear that we might inadvertently bring birds in that are infected.
Terwilliger, a member of the Virginia Department of Wildlife Resources Board, is also concerned about the risk bird flu could pose to his hogs and to about 100 cows and calves that he owns.
If the disease were to get to the point where it infects cattle and makes them sick or makes their meat, these are beef cattle, makes their meat unacceptable, that would put us out of business.
Bird flu in dairy cows was first reported in late March. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says the public health risk remains low, with just 67 confirmed infections from animals to humans and 1 death. Constant changes in the genome of the virus, however, have some scientists worried.
If there are changes that make it more possible for the virus to transmit from person to person, which so far we haven't seen, then that could be a real challenge in terms of our public health response, and is the reason that we think of this virus as having pandemic potential.
People can minimize the risk of infection, Davis added.
Avoiding contact with sick or dead wild animals is probably the most important thing to do. We know that pasteurization of milk, cooking of meat to the recommended temperatures, and cooking of eggs are effective to really inactivate this particular virus.
Pet owners are advised to monitor recalls of contaminated pet food and raw milk and to keep their pets away from contact with wild birds. As he keeps a watchful eye on the latest developments, Terwilliger is planning ahead.
Typically, sometime a month or so from now, we would buy turkey poults to raise turkeys for commercial sale at Thanksgiving. I'm not sure we'll do that this year because I would be concerned about where I get the birds from. Will they come with avian flu?
In the meantime, he says he'll follow the science and hopes that the disease runs its course, all while keeping a very close eye on his livestock. Veronica Balderas Iglesias, VOA News, Delaplane, Virginia.
And that's a wrap for this afternoon's Stories at the Hour. Join us anew later on for the evening set of Breaking Stories at the Hour. But then always remember to stay connected by catching the news right here. Till then, this is William Theo wishing you and thank you for watching PTV News Now.